So, every Christian should know John chapters 14 through 17, right? And obviously there's a lot more that the Christians need to learn, but in these specific chapters, just to name a couple things, you get out of the Messiah's mouth, out of Yeshua's mouth, how to receive the Holy Spirit, what the Holy Spirit is given for, and how to be and who are the group that Yeshua prays to the Father for. Those are pretty important things. So if you don't know those things, you don't have salvation. If Yeshua's not praying for you, if you're not receiving the Holy Spirit, and you don't even know what the Holy Spirit's given for, how do you think you're going to be saved? Right? So in John 14, 15 through 21, we'll say, Yeshua says, if you love me, keep my commandments, and then I will give you the second comforter, even the Spirit of truth, who the world cannot receive. Right? So he's telling you the way to receive the Holy Spirit is to keep the Ten Commandments, and then it's given to you. He doesn't say a sinner's prayer, and then I'll give it to you. Right? And here, another witness. Well, there's tons, but here's another very plain witness, Acts 5, 32 and 33. The Holy Spirit was given to them to obey. And when they heard this, they were cut to the... I don't know where that paused, but Acts 5, 32 through 33, the Holy Spirit is given to them to obey. And when they heard this, they were cut to the heart and sought to slay them. No different from today. No different at all. Right? You tell the Christians you have to obey to receive the Holy Spirit, and you can see in their eyes the evil things they have in their heart towards you. They hate you in their heart. Right? But this is just the Bible. This is just what Yeshua says. This is how you get the Holy Spirit. By keeping the commandments. There's a lot of important things in John 15, but just for the sake of this, we're going to go to John 16. The Holy Spirit is given to reprove the world of sin. Okay, so now we have how do you get it, and now we're talking about what's it for, right? It's the second comforter. It's not given to speak in babbling demonic tongues, right? It's not given to just be nicey nice and say do as thou wilt. It's given to reprove the world of sin. Okay? And this is tried and true. Look at my brothers and sisters. Look at the people who say, wow, okay, I need to keep the commandments of God to receive the Holy Spirit. As soon as they do that and they receive God's Holy Spirit, what are they doing instantly? What did the disciples do? What did the woman in Recognitions of Clement do? Instantly, when you hear the gospel and receive it and get the Holy Spirit, you have a burning desire and drive in your heart to go tell as many people as possible. To go start rebuking sin out of the world, because you see clearly now the reason why everything is the way that it is because everyone's breaking the Ten Commandments. Because if everyone kept the Ten Commandments, there would be no murder, there would be no lying, there would be no adultery, there would be no jealousy. All these things. That's the world we'd be in if everyone kept the commandments. So you get healed and understand what the Ten Commandments do and what they've just done for you, and so you instantly say, oh my gosh, I need to go tell everyone about tell them about Yeshua and keeping the Ten Commandments. Because sin is transgression of God's law, 1 John 3:4. Therefore sin is breaking the Ten Commandments. So the Holy Spirit literally is given to you for the purpose of reproving Ten Commandment breaking out of this world, rebuking people and saying, okay, stop breaking the commandments of God and start keeping them. Alright? Then when you start doing this, you're going to see eye to eye with all the ones who are doing the same thing, with everyone else who's who's been convicted and obeys and receives the Holy Spirit and starts teaching others to do so. Right? That's what receiving it, that's what getting the Holy Spirit and then what it's for looks like. Alright? And then those people are all going to be after the same goal, to reprove the world of sin so that as many souls as possible are going to be saved. So in doing this, they become like one man, of the same Spirit, because they have the same Holy Spirit. They're after the same mission. They believe the same gospel that Yeshua preached. And so they become one, like Yeshua is one with the Father. And in that's a Trinity debunk in itself, because in John 17, he prays for those that are one, like he is one with the Father. So if my brother and I see eye to eye, we're like one. But does that mean I'm him and he's me? No. Same thing with Yeshua and Jehovah. They're of the same Spirit. They have the same goal, right? The same gospel, but Yeshua is not the Father. The Father is not the Son. All right? So Yeshua is in this prayer, praying for those that are one, as he's one with the Father, and those that hear them. Well, that obviously means they're going to be preaching, putting into effect that John 16 that they'll be well aware of, that they are going to be preaching, because that's how you reprove the world of sin. That's how you fulfill the beautiful feat of preaching the glad tidings in Romans 10 and Isaiah 52, preaching the refreshing of the covenant, right? So those that hear them as well is who Yeshua is praying for. He doesn't say, I pray for the Christian church. He doesn't say, I pray for the world. He didn't say, I pray for those who say the sinner's prayer. He didn't say, I pray for those who remain in their sin. The list goes on and on. He only prayed for those that are one, as he is one with the Father, and those that hear them. Okay? So, do a little Googling, look around. How many churches are in your town? How many different denominations of churches are in your town? 3, 5, 10, 20? Somewhere in that spectrum, right? Well, if there's any more than one denomination of church in your town, well, that means they're all lying. That means Yeshua's not praying for any of them, because they don't see eye to eye. They're divided, right? Now, there's almost 50,000 Christian denominations. Do they see eye to eye? Nope. They just divide. Do as thou wilt. You go your way, I'll go mine. Is Yeshua praying for them? No, he's not. And even if there is only one church in your town, because by chance you live in a tiny town and there's only one little Methodist church, go into that church and there will be division. Even inside of that church, amongst the congregants, they will have different doctrine that they'll have doctrine they disagree upon. Okay, so there you go. They're not like one man. They don't see eye to eye. So you go through this checklist and say, okay, anyone not keeping the commandments doesn't have the Holy Spirit out of Yeshua's mouth. Anyone not reproving the world of sin doesn't have the Holy Spirit out of Yeshua's mouth. Out of Yeshua's mouth, praying to God, praying to Jehovah the Father for those that are one. So if you're not one, he didn't pray for you. Out of his own mouth, and all of a sudden you should be shaking in your boots, calling out to God for the truth, because we just tick the box to knock off the list every single Christian church denomination all over the world, clearly proving they don't have the Holy Spirit and the Yeshua is not praying for them. I mean, what's your workaround to that? How do you get around that? Isn't that so plain? Right? It's just crazy. Here's the 3-step checklist. There's more than this, but here's a quick 3-step checklist to test if you have the Holy Spirit, if your church has the Holy Spirit. Are they keeping God's commandments? Are they teaching other people to keep God's commandments? And do they all see eye to eye? If you can't say yes, honestly, to all 3 of those things, then you don't have the Holy Spirit. Yeshua's not praying for you. You're not the group in John 14 through 17. And let me tell you, that's who you want to be. And he's telling you how, pretty plainly. Keep my commandments, teach others to do so, and I will pray for you and those that hear you. And you'll be like one man with those that believe the same. Out of the Messiah's own mouth. Right? So study that out. Take it seriously. This is what the Messiah says for your salvation.